the annual CCTV Spring Festival Gala has been an important part of the Chinese Lunar New Year celebration. And this year's CCTV Spring Festival mascot failed to make a good first impression, as many netizens call it too ugly. What do you think? And why do people care? 2016年猴年的春晚吉祥物康康的 3D 图出炉了。丑萌的造型再加上耳朵下方2个不知名的球状物，引来了网友们大规模吐槽，很快就登上了微博热搜排行榜第1名。那么这只猴子真的这么难看吗？大家为什么这么关注这个猴子呢？ Do you have the heart to say this monkey mascot is just too ugly?
I certainly think you can. I don't think it's necessarily ugly per se, but if you want to do that, I think that's fine. I suppose the people who involve you might hurt their feelings, but it should be said the person who designed the original thing is not the person who designed the official version. So it was Han Meilin who designed the 28 Olympics Fuwa mascots. He provided this, what I think most people would agree, looks pretty cute monkey face as a kind of concept mascot. And then it went to, I think, CCTV or somewhere, and it comes out with this full-bodied, slightly different, stylistically looking mascot that some people have called, perhaps not unduly ugly.
Right. That's also my concern as well. I mean, if you look at this painter, Han Meilin is actually very famous when it comes to contemporary art here in China. Maybe he's not that famous as Mr. Fan Zeng and Huang Yongyu, but he's definitely fantastic. Especially, he's very famous for painting these monkeys. My wonder, though, is why there's so many people who are originally very happy about the original design. However, they raised so many concerns there on the internet, saying that, well, this is not the exact reflection of the original ink painting. And that's also my concern, because if you look at this original painting, you know, you see the shaggy furs of this monkey, very cute, 3 colors, but very cool. You also see the gradual changes there on the faces between different colors. However, if you look at this 3-dimensional monkey, it's like the monkey is boarding, and it reminds a lot of people of the traffic lights, you know, just putting 3 colors together, very rigid, very stiff, and not very cute, I have to say. So how can we modernize the ink painting? Well, from the Chinese traditional way and to the modern way. And another way is that, you know, this painter, Han Meilin, said, I have nothing to do with the 3D design. I mean, I just designed the head of this monkey, and what happened next after my painting is that something I'm totally not familiar with. So probably in the future, if you want to design this 3D version of the mascot, you want to display it to the national audience, probably CCTV should have had some consultations or some sort of discussions with the original designer, who is Han Meilin.
Yeah, well, I do agree with you guys that when you try to make a product leap out of the paper, and that process can be done in a really great way or in a really bad way, and we're seeing the latter here, as a whole bunch of our WeChat listeners seem to agree with this point. There's Lin Xuebi, and there's Jesse, and there's also some other guys think that there's something drastically wrong that's been transformed into this 3D monkey, and no wonder the artist himself is not happy with the results.
Well, I think part of it is what I've seen online described as tumors. These 2 little balls by the monkey, by the monkey's face. So
what are they?
Well, that's the thing. So in the picture, the original one by Han Meilin, it looks like maybe this is just a very cutified version of hands or something, because it's just the face there. There's no body. And so maybe it was hands, I don't know what, but whatever it was, in the 3D version, the monkey has a head, it has a body, it has a tail, it has arms, and then these 2 little balls, orbs next to its face, and I don't know what it is.
The terminology of the 2 balls are called cheek pouch, which is an organ that stores food temporarily for the monkey.
I don't think that's what a real monkey's cheek pouch looks like.
Well, when it's art, there's a certain level of exaggeration. And the funniest meme I saw out of this is when some people turn those two little balls into two grenades and throw it at other ugly mascots. And that's a great idea. And why do you guys think that this is something people care about? Why?
I think people like to rag on the Spring Festival Gala and things related to it.
And also, it's the Year of Monkey, and people have to be concerned about the mascot of the Year of Monkey.
Yeah, no wonder. It is the year of this animal, so of course everybody's putting all this attention onto this little monkey. And we'll talk a little bit more about this as messages have been pouring in regarding it. Why do you think people are slamming it? And isn't Chunwan, Spring Festival Gala, a bit of a yesterday's signature for that special day?
Well, kind of, but I think actually, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, maybe it was the year when Feng Xiaogang was directing, and other people were joking, I think he was joking that the thing to do nowadays isn't actually to watch Spring Festival Gala as so much as it is to watch and tucao and criticize it at the same time. That actually is the highlight of the evening, to criticize it. And I think there's some truth in that for a lot of people.
Same kind of mentality here, maybe. Luo Yu.
I think a lot of people nowadays treat CCTV Spring Festival Gala as a background music or back scene of the family reunion. So actually not so many people are watching it. But I think this idea, releasing this monkey mascot at this time is probably a very perfect idea by those CCTV marketing team.
Why?
Releasing the mascot this time, attract a lot of people's attention, creating lots of media hype, and people's attention have been drawn.
Okay, so here's the thing. So attention is good when you're not well known. Everybody knows CCTV. Like if you have a TV or something in this country, you probably but you probably know of them, and so they don't need the attention. So any news is good news, or any press is good press. If you're not well known, if you are well known, like they are, and you have bad press, how does that help them?
No, just what they're concerned about this TV industry is just the rating, audience rating. If we have this ugly mascot to be played on
and people want to
Gala,
watch it,
people are curious.
Actually, it may be kind of in a counterintuitive way. People are interested in going there to mock it, see, look at how horrible that is. They're just going there for to watch what they might think is the ugliness or whatever. So maybe there is sort of that counterintuitive kind of backlash into watching it thing.
Yeah, and I think these days, because of, people's sentiment has really changed towards these mega shows. Now people are just sort of saying, well, we want to make fun of it, and why not join in this party of mockery? And I think it's part of this self-deprecating humor of Chinese people as well. And sometimes when you see something that is, just not meeting your expectation, and why not have a field day and just make fun of it and don't feel bad about it? When people are joining into something, it creates this snowballing effect that at first I really didn't care about this, and then so many of you guys have been mocking it, and I felt a little bit left out, and I thought, why not? I'll just join in as well. So I guess there are some people who are kind of thinking in a similar way as I am.
Yeah, well, obviously, heck, we wouldn't be here for that. But that is the thing. It's kind of like, kanrunao or whatever. Everybody's talking about it, so you'll just go in and add your opinion add your 2 cents.
Yeah, and the fact that the Spring Festival Gala people have created a mascot, and this is the second one in history, right? It might show that, first of all, they want a little bit more promotion. So creating a special mascot for this yearly event, and also maybe just showing that we're CCTV, we're a mega place, but we are cute. Can you kind of like us a little bit more?
Yeah, I think that was the idea. And if this is the second mascot, well, okay, I guess maybe this makes more sense if this is the only second mascot they've done here, because again, the original drawing looked good. This, I'm not going to say that it's ugly, but it doesn't stand out to me a lot. But perhaps this has to do with when I see this, it reminds me of the computer-generated animation you see on TV shows and movies here. And there's so many different types of animated things. and none of them strike me as being very good. At the same time, I have seen a lot of great hand drawn cartoons and other things. So clearly there is that skill. And occasionally, what was it? The Monkey King movie this summer, that was actually pretty good, the animation there. So clearly there is this animation talent, but this, what to me looks pretty computer generated stuff, like whatever those two bears are and that thing, like that to me just looks very ugly, and apparently this is kind of a trend here that they haven't gotten over.
I'm just wondering, why didn't CCTV invite the production team from the Monkey King film to create this animation, the 3D version of this Kong? Probably it'll be very lovely, much more. Well,
that might have, I mean, it might have come out with a better result, but probably don't want to steal their design per se. And I think this is supposed to be like, hey, the Monkey King belongs to everybody. We'll do our own. Well, not this isn't the Monkey King, but we'll do our own monkey, and they did it, I guess.
Yeah, and our WeChat listener, Romantic, she is a designer herself, and she offered a piece of insight. She said when the original creator comes up with this brilliant idea and how that's being translated into an actual product. I mean, it's kind of like product design. Yeah. That's a different stage of this whole styling process, and you need to have more investment into that part too. And what's happened here, supposedly, is maybe the relevant, just CCTV. They didn't really put enough attention to that last part of the designing process. And you need somebody equally as good to create or finalize that mascot product to make everybody happy. But that's the other part of the story, it's impossible to make everybody happy.
It is, but I think they could have done a better job than this.
Yeah, that part I do agree.
It's like, a good idea, but poor execution. And both, as you just said, are important.
At least CCTV should have talked to Mr. Hameiling about the design of the 3D version.
Well, it depends on the contract, right?
Yeah, I mean, it depends, but certainly there are things they could have done better, which they appeared not to have done.